Welcome back to Dev Clash after a fairly long break over the holidays. It's been like a month at least, I think.
Yeah, and I've once again reshaped and taken another form.
Yes, Blondie decided to, get rid of his beard again. Oh, yeah. Mostly.
Yeah,
little bit left. Just a little bit left. Get on top of your head.
Yeah.
Just change your ways.
Going back to conserva Blondie.
Discount Blondie.
Discount Blondie. Thank you.
You're welcome. I am actually just in the middle of figuring out which players we actually have in the game, because presently chaos reigns. So, excuse me one moment.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yikes.
Apparently my shirt is looking very creepy on stream, because the dog is yellow, so that's good.
Oh, of course. We're so right. The player map mode is showing the people who are under the Khan as not players, so it's not being all that helpful right now. Okay, so we are missing the Shrimpali, but that's known because he had to drop out of the game. We're missing a tournament. Also, we are missing Kaiser Johan because Kaiser Johan has had to drop out of the campaign because of Imperator.
What even is that?
Yes, it's a game, I guess. I mean, he's choosing Rome. He chose Rome over space. I think that's very not great. So basically what we have done, since he has dropped out of the game and left behind the most powerful of all the empires, is that we have, let me just, God, I need to remember how to do this. We have gone ahead and turned the remnants of the USSR into a determined exterminator. So the idea being is that the same virus that created the artificial alliance has now infected the USSR and taken over. Most of their fleets have been destroyed in the process, but no, it's still a ludicrously powerful AI empire under a determined exterminator, so that's a little bit of a wild card to throw on top of everything.
It's going to be fun. It's not like they have a lot to do with the Khan or anything.
No. So I hope everyone around them, like the Cupitors and the family and whatnot, appreciate this little gift they were given. So they should not be a massive immediate threat, but they should be something that the players do have to worry a little bit about.
But you know what? I think they can't do it.
I wear my pun shirt just for you.
See?
Alright, so I think we have enough. There will be probably one or two players hot joining in, but for now we are just gonna start playing. So, where even did we leave off?
Someone bent the knee. Steve was murdered brutally by the Khan.
F.
F.
Poor Steve. But yes, Steve was slaughtered by the Khan. There was a lot of fight. Oh yes, we left off just as the Khan was attacking everyone through the L cluster, because they were starting to turn things around. So Sherpa Khan was like, nope, how about I just attack you all from everywhere?
Hit and run tactics by the Khan.
Good times.
Hostile station engaged.
Oh, so
it appears that Groogy is engaging. Communist the Hedgehog is fighting the Khan. Go figure. And he is also asking, how do I socialism? Destroy fancy hates. I think there should be fancy hats.
No, destroy
and of course,
fancy hates.
No, Steve naturally isn't dead.
No,
Steve just ascended
to the shroud. I mean, as soon as someone makes contact with the shroud and gets an avatar, I mean, that has to be Steve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, bear with us a little bit as we get caught up on everything. What I'm wondering is if they're actually going to... I mean, they've had a lot of time to strategize, but of course they've also had a lot of time to forget about all of their strategizing. So, the big question is, how are they going to deal with the thing going on over here?
Yes, I don't know, but right now it seems that they're busy killing each other, but that's not gonna last forever.
Yeah, I mean, apparently the Nanite Fallen Empire is trying to fight the Khan a little bit, but the thing about that is that the Nanite Fallen Empire has a limited number of fleets, and the Khan can keep spawning new fleets. So, in a long war of attrition, they can contribute, but I don't think they can actually stop the Khan. I will very much be up to the actual players. And the actual players seem mostly a bit taken aback by the Khan deciding to attack them from basically every possible direction.
It's gonna be fun to see if the old alliance is still
Yeah,
stand
I
as
mean,
well.
there's an L-gate here. I know they came through there. I think they were actually just beaten back here, so...
Oh!
Yeah, right, they're engaged over here, so... Well, I guess they're starting to respond. It's more the question of if they can actually coordinate their movements, because, I mean, that was their problem with fighting Carmageddon, is they had a big, like, coalition, they had a lot of ships, but ultimately they didn't have that much coordination. They were going back and forth, they weren't sure when to attack, when to retreat, and in the end, once they were beaten in a single battle, there just wasn't enough cohesion for them to keep fighting, so they folded. Well, the UNG folded.
We've received a diplomatic missive from the Turkadians. Apparently they are orbiting the Khan's homeworld and delivering a lot of strongly worded letters of grievance regarding Steve's death.
Well then, let's find out.
And at this point, the Turkadians are the strongest, by far strongest player empires.
I'm pretty sure this is not actually the Khan's homeworld. It's just a primitive planet they took over. Yes. I'm not sure what the basis of this being the Khan's homeworld is, but it's near where the Khan came from. So the way is not fighting them. Oh. Well, apparently... Oh, well, I spoke too soon. Apparently the Great Khan went a little deep in picking a fight with the nanites and lost.
Oh shit, did he die or just lose?
Lost the first battle, so the Khan is not dead, but the Khan has expended one of her 2 lives. Because, I mean, I guess you can't expect any of the players to stop the Khan, but when in doubt, call for the Grey Goo.
Yeah.
Wow, well that was honestly not entirely expected, but then again, pretty much nothing with the Khan in this case has been expected, so...
But what's going to be interesting to see is if and when the Khan dies, if the khanate survives.
Yes, I mean the khanate is really big now,
really strong.
so there is no guarantee that the khanate will in fact disappear. I'm gonna have to see. It's probably gonna be a little bit, but the Khan should reappear. And now that she's down to her last life, I kind of want to follow her around and see what happens, because they could end this with 1 strike now. But I mean, it is a big khanate.
Yeah.
It is definitely a big khanate.
But I mean, if you're gonna go, dying like in a combat with the goo is a good way to go.
And the Patessu say, I have a faction that demands multiculturalism. Time to go on a slaving raid then.
Oh.
I don't think they meant it like that, but...
No. It's that, I mean, culture, you take it where you can find it. Take it literally where you can find it. So where is the second incarnation of the Khan?
The second incarnation of the Khan is right here.
She is...
This is where the Tercardian fleet used to be, so I think the Tercardian fleet... it has wandered off over here.
Oof.
And there's a fight going on. Apparently the Utopia and the police state are fighting together against one of the Khanate fleets. And they are still trying to batter down the L-gate.
The Khan?
Yeah.
Oh.
But the Destiny Consonance is not having it, and apparently they're getting some help from Socialist the Hedgehog. Oh no, the Destiny don't care. It's Socialist the Hedgehog that... okay, so I think Grugi is trying to hold down the L-gate to prevent the Khan from using it to hit everywhere. The problem is I don't think Grugi has enough ships to hold down the L-gate.
Or maybe he just... once again doesn't remember how to play the game and just...
I mean...
done goofed.
2.2k is more than 3.2k and 2.7k, right?
I
mean, he may not have ships, but he has socialism. Which isn't actually a substitute for ships.
No. But... anyone can have ships, not anyone can have socialism.
That's true. That is true. And yes, I do think that's the shot that Steve has united the galaxy with his death. It's just, it was a powerful symbol.
Yeah.
Of the brutality and horror inflicted by the Khan.
I mean, it was just the irony that he just breached the shroud. Was so happy, and then,
Yep.
Oh, apparently the allied forces of the Tarkadians and someone else are going after
Here
the
we
Khan.
go. Yes, I can see them coming. There is apparently,
Oh.
former Joan is helping out.
Whew.
That's interesting.
The enemy of my enemy is a determined exterminator.
It would appear that what it took to wake the USSR from its torpor was actually being controlled by the AI.
Can we see the ship design of Kaiser Johan's or former Johan's fleet?
Yeah, I think the Khan is actually. I think this is it. There's no other Khanate fleets nearby, and they are very heavily outnumbered. I think this is the last hurrah of the Khan.
Please, Khanate, survive. That would be so fun.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. We will have to see what happens. But it's just the flagship left. This is the last stand of Sherpy Khan.
Oh yeah.
Down it goes.
Oh.
Pay your respects to the bird that changed the galaxy.
That's a great goal.
The hero that the galaxy needed, but did not deserve.
Probably the greatest military mind of this entire campaign.
Yes, not probably, definitely,
Yeah, sure,
definitely
sure.
the greatest military mind of this campaign. Steve is avenged, Sherpy Khan is fallen, and the galaxy can get back to being the insane, broken mess that it's apparently supposed to be.
So how long until the Khan events trigger after the Khan's death?
It usually doesn't take that long. We can go ahead and look at the family in the meanwhile. Half elf, half pig.
Yeah, it's just
Half camera. Half
it's not a very good friend. It's just kind of like
he's a bit friendly.
Yeah.
Yes, elf bear, half Gatling, half Drook, more half Kamrat. Apparently the Kamrats are really into the tentacles, because they've gone and bred with both.
Yeah.
I guess it says something about Grugi.
Yes, but nothing that we didn't already know.
True. There we have the half a vacuum. Yep. The scorpion fungi.
How do you even? What? It's like. What does his race do except find sexy aliens and,
And
wink?
do you need to do something else?
I don't know.
Just imagine, look at that planet. That planet of 114 pops and all of these species. Just imagine that riding mass of xenocompatibility.
And
all those.
It's a continental world, right? As well.
Yes.
So it has the archetype wet.
Yeah. All those awkward rotations.
Oh, that's so good. Oh.
Porgy Porky. I think that might be a new name for that planet.
Oh
man.
You know why he prefers species that don't have arid preference? Because he doesn't like dry humping.
Okay. Step it down a notch.
I'm sorry.
Oh, chat is horrified.
Yes, they should be. As a streamer, warn
I think at a certain point, someone is going to pat down the door and drag you out.
Well.
So yeah, the Khanate is currently in the process of Oh no, alright, I can't actually. But so they're currently in the process of like, they are figuring out what's going on, and at some point we will get the next event to see what happens. Oh, and the UNG are asking, can I get a new con, please? Because apparently the con was about the only thing keeping him alive.
He is gonna die.
Situation log updated.
Well, not necessarily, but probably.
He's not gonna prosper. That
Oh,
much
but no, but his war with the artificial alliance is over.
Really? Oh, but they're determined
Wait,
exterminators.
but what? Oh, I guess he managed. When he became a subject of the Khan, he extricated himself from the war and just left them fighting MegaCorp instead. So he abandoned the UNG and left to the UNG to fight his war for him.
That's the second time.
No, it's more like the 8th time.
Yeah.
Like the entire premise of the UNG is apparently just to like prepare very poorly, and get into hopeless situations, and then leave everyone else holding the bag while the UNG saves its own skin.
To boldly go home and hide.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think. Oh, there we go. Yep. Oh, they want to make a federation.
Really?
Interesting. So Chirpy Khan, eternally benevolent, has left behind a federation. And now they may decide if they want to join the Galactic Horde or not. And it appears that they have largely chosen to stay loyal. The Way has apparently broken away.
Oh.
But the Reflex Inc., the Florgal Stargate, and the Florgal Stargazers have, in fact, joined the Galactic Horde.
I mean, this is a much better federation than the UNG.
Yeah,
ever
I mean,
was.
everything is a much better federation than the UNG.
How does that affect scores? Does that bump anyone up score-wise? Not really.
Yeah, and I mean, the Horde is gonna have some things to sort out but they do still have a really strong fleet.
Oops.
So, we have a new Chirpy Khan. Only this time it's President Khan.
President Plume of Green.
Yes.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but Murder Johan now has the largest fleet size in the galaxy. Just saying, that's probably gonna be just fine. Nothing bad could ever happen.
Yeah, he's building up his fleet. Former Johan is rebuilding. Interesting. But yeah, no, I think that's that's the ending I was hoping for, because it just felt the most appropriate to Chirpy Khan's legacy. She was a misunderstood hero. She tried to save this galaxy from the misery inflicted upon it by all of the Paradox developers.
It's basically a one-to-one mapping with Genghis Khan.
I mean, let's put it like this.
Enforced all the tribes, create prosper
Let me ask you like
tactics.
Go. Let's ask you like this, chat. Who would you rather have running your galaxy? Chirpy Khan or any of these guys?
I mean, that's not even a question. Tell Steve that. Well, Steve wanted to ascend.
Steve was an unfortunate casualty.
Yeah. But when I see what Steve did basically as the same as Obi-Wan did. Just like let down his lightsaber and ascended to the next plane.
Clearly.
Oh, Tarkadia has finished a ring world.
Ooh.
I want to see that.
It's finished.
Oh,
all sections.
Jeez. Wow. That is.
Yes, I believe he has been talking about.
Oh, he has the mystic shrines and stuff as well.
Oh, it's the one that's kind of broken.
I have personally fixed that. Don't ask me if it's broken after the next patches.
Right. In the meanwhile, it would be good if our players refrain from exploiting that.
Yes.
So I don't have to go and fix it. So yes, but he's talking about making this into the breadbasket of the galaxy. Just, I think one ring world, if dedicated to farming, could definitely feed everyone else.
Question, has the UNG built any fleets?
I mean, the UNG has the UNG ever built any fleets.
That's what I'm saying.
Situation log updated.
Oh.
I mean, now they have a new federation to mooch off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the UNG is no longer part of... Oh, And apparently the UNG has been kicked from the Galactic Horde.
It's so bad that Khan doesn't even want them. I mean, the irony is insanely good. Oh wow.
Situation log updated.
Oh well, that's just so fantastic. Apparently the UNG is led by a pig as well. not literally a pig, but you know, a porcupus. A porcus.
Honestly, if it was that big, I would probably just go back to. Like, no, that is not the ship you want to be hopping on right now.
No.
Oh well, enough bullying of the UNG,
no.
As enormously fun as that is.
It's not easy being bad.
For some reason, he says he can't join Federation.
Situation log updated.
Oh, and apparently the Federation, now led by MegaCorp, is no longer calling itself the UNG, which makes sense. They are calling themselves Freedom and Prosperity, and it's just MegaCorp and the Oberlin Republic.
The Oberlins are they have biotrophies, right?
They are the rogue servitors, yes. So it's a corporation and a bunch of nanobots.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing that they buy all their goods for their biotrophies from the MegaCorp.
And apparently the Khanate Federation has disbanded now.
Oh, do we have the spiritual?
Yeah, the Flagel left,
yes.
and they have reformed the Council of Seekers. I guess they just wanted to stay long enough to kick out the UNG.
Oh, that's such a good. I mean, if you have one goal in the Federation.
So the legacy of Chirpy Khan was not to last, it would seem. That is just sad. So yeah, a certain calm has settled over the galaxy. Chirpy Khan is gone, leaving in her wake a federation that didn't last very long either. The anarchists apparently now control a system over here.
Wow, such a great system.
Some Bordigor. And they have a whole...
8 trade value that can't be collected.
And the planet of under martial law. Because it's so much
because it's a police state.
Yes.
Build a building slot. Fill it with constabularies or whatever you want to call it.
The Khanate has some Bordigor.
I have to say, it's not a beautiful galaxy.
No,
I love
really
all my
not.
galaxies equally, but this is by far the ugliest one.
But more important, let's see if things are going over the termites. Well, there's... I mean, there used to be a system over here that had a great name, but... And they renamed it for some reason. Oh, we have a message.
Oh, it starts off in German. As of recent failures with the UNG's administration, it's become evident that they do not have their workers' best interest at heart. The multiple catastrophes that have fallen upon their citizens are forcing the SRR to act. We are intervening to establish a Räterepublik on UNIF and POA in order to try and provide some normality to their lives. So the revolution must go on.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what that actually translates into. Oh, announcement. The Cupid Technocracy and the Cyber Question Collective hereby announced the formation of a new federation, the Surge Protectorate. Okie dokie. So the Cyber Horses, the Cyber Bronies, and the Cupiders have banded together in a federation that I'm sure is not at all a mutual defense pact against a certain former Joanne.
Nah.
And the UNG is part of a federation with who?
Oh, they got
they managed to get into a federation with they came crawling back to the Khanate.
That is just like kiss the ring, please.
I started to feel like the UNG, against all odds, they're going to survive for the entire campaign. It's just that they're gonna continually find a new rock to hide under.
The thing is, like
war.
The Khan is never gonna get there in time.
Yeah, but I mean the Khan is really strong. So apparently the Socialist Räterepublik have declared war on the UNG with the imposed ideology war goal. In other words, they're trying to turn the UNG into a socialist republic. I'm not sure how much that will help, Groogy.
I think though, if you do that and you do a what's it called? Not a enforce, but the middle thingy. I'm a dev in this game.
A status quo?
Yes, if you do a status quo, those systems will be released as a vassal.
Not as a vassal. That's if you do a vassalization war goal. They will be released as an independent nation with the same ethics. So either way, it would just be you either get the UNG with his ethics, or you get an even smaller rump state.
Are you sure they don't become a vassal?
I'm quite certain, considering I scripted it myself.
All right.
Oh, and Ilya apparently just surrendered.
That is. It's just like, you can't write this stuff. You can't write this stuff. It's just.
The UNG is going to be the death of me.
I don't know what to compare this to. I want to make an analogy of some kind, but it's just like
the UNG is a barrel that somehow every time you reach the bottom, you discover underneath it there's a new barrel with a new bottom. And every time the barrel is under threat, he just goes down to the next barrel and hides in the bottom.
I'm sorry, the UNG is in another castle.
Compose myself.
Yeah, the UNG has zero backbone.
No, it's not that the
ruler is
UNG
like
has...
it's like a slug or something.
It's not that the UNG has zero backbone. UNG is the anti-backbone. It's like matter and antimatter.
Yeah. For a very long time, people didn't believe in the anti-backbone.
And now the UNG has joined. I mean, I guess they finally found a new federation to hide in.
I mean, like, turncoat, it's more like turncoats. Just like, switch between them.
Okie dokie. Well, alright, enough about the UNG, as much as I could probably spend the rest of this episode talking about them.
Organically, so it works.
D-Note wants me to talk about his empire. Well, you have some lovely border gore going on with the Khan. I remember they used to have one of the stronger fleets, but that was before the Khan came knocking.
They are one of the weaker fleets now.
Yes. But I mean, they're making a decent amount of alloys.
I mean, they can definitely make something out of this. They're still one of the biggest empires.
For sure. And they are actually in a war with the Batetsu.
Ooh.
Which I am... What? Okay, this we have not heard anything about.
No. Why have you kept this from us,
Jamor? Explain thyself. So apparently the exterminator sent a message... can you bring it up? Yeah. Sent a message to the family. The vileness of organic physiology is universal, Opiporcus, but yours is particularly worthy of extermination. I mean...
War declared.
Yeah.
We were wondering how... war declared.
Oh, they are...
Okay, so they declared war on the Artificial Alliance, which is called, for some reason, the War in Heaven? That seems like a bug.
No. Especially not with the underscore in there.
So, let's see what Jamor had to say. I wanted slaves. I found a hive mind mushrooms make poor slaves. Yeah, if you're looking to go slave raiding, I think you're barking up the wrong tree there.
I mean, the Eternum is also a collective, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hive mind. So you can't actually enslave hive mind. I'm starting to think the Batestu don't quite know what they're doing. But yeah, okay, so apparently a bunch of people have declared war on the Artificial Alliance. Oh, alright, no, this is the old machine uprising war that just never ended because the UNG slithered out of it. So the UNG dodged out of their own machine uprising, left MegaCorp holding the bag, joined the Khan, became part of the Khans Federation, got kicked from the Khans Federation, joined the Federation again with the Khan, was declared war on by the Socialists, surrendered, became a part of the Socialist Federation, declared war on the Machine Uprising, all while the original Machine Uprising that they fled from is still going on.
I can't even follow that. It's beyond me.
The plot is just too convoluted.
Apparently the police state has taken control of the youth homeworld, just like they said they would 30 years ago. And the youth barely managed to do it now.
Situation log updated.
All right, it's over here.
Oh.
I guess that's why they took that planet.
I know you hate me, but that's fine. It only makes me stronger.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing that's been consistent about this campaign, and that's true, chat, is oh, artificial lions have apparently taken a system from the has been the UNG leaving MegaCorp holding the bag.
It's so good.
I mean, isn't he supposed to be the capitalist? Isn't he supposed to be the one that screws other people over and then profits?
Holding the money bag. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I took it back. It's fine.
Oh, there we go.
I can try.
And we also have the Church of Chains, just peacefully slaving away.
They actually have one of the biggest player-controlled fleet at the moment. Church of Chains.
Oh no, they're definitely getting there. But you were asking who had the best technology. So,
yes,
we have the cyber questions. They have technology level of 3,000. Oh!
Oh wow!
Well,
that is so good.
So apparently, former Johan has completed the Colossus project.
You can't write this stuff. Even the AI is. Oh. I just got goosebumps. This is so good.
Indeed. Now witness the power of this fully operational Colossus.
Fear will bring the local systems in line.
Okay. Anyway, it's definitely the Tercadians. They have a technology level of 5,287. The USSR has 4,000. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have. Oh, here comes the slave driver, the warrior,
the misguided slaver.
What a day! What a day! I gotta tell you, it's important to choose your target carefully before you pull the trigger because you might not want to hit it.
So did you actually manage to get any pops?
I took a bunch of them,
but they all die.
I put them in the slave, I throw the food through the slot, they just lay there and won't eat it, and they die.
Stupid.
Jamer is upset.
That was a mistake. But it was a funny one. Hey, comrade.
Alright, guys. UNG, step forward.
Defend your...
Explain yourself.
Explain yourself.
Will anyone here dare to say that I did something wrong?
Yes!
Definitely. Federations did you get kicked out of?
I mean,
we were searching our way for the right federation, which will help us out with liberating people from the AI.
Because
that
the federation you founded yourself was not the right federation.
Are you still at war in the Machine Uprising?
No, we finally quelled that war. No thanks to the UNG.
No.
Ran away like cowards, leaving us to clean up the mess.
We left the weak ones and joined the really right ones, the ones that know that equality and help for each other is necessary, where workers are free from evil capitalist government.
You know it's the right one because it's what, the 8th one you've tried and you have a good feeling about this one.
Exactly.
Interesting, it's like you're an entirely different person from all the previous Dev Clashes.
Yes.
There might have been that his own people put a firing brigade up
we had
against
a
him.
coup. We had a military coup when
With what military?
So, I have a question for the family.
Shoot.
So, as the representative of the majority of the biological species in the galaxy, how do you feel about the exterminator threat?
Well, when you live next to a determined exterminator 10 times your power, you have to live every day like it's your last. Cue Project Orgiporkia. I'm turning my capital into an arcology, just to fit even more people on there.
Will you also rename the planet?
Of course I will.
Excellent.
When it's done. I've started a Xeno outreach project with the Tarkadians because they are a bit too introverted for our tastes.
We have no knowledge of that.
Oh my.
And we are currently in the process of enhancing our platypi population with mandatory Nivlac infusions.
Excellent.
We're not certain how this will help us in the long run, but as I said. Maybe we can buy help later, because our trade value, you can take a look at the
yes,
trade value.
we noticed that some previously. It's 1,214.
Yes, and when the arcology project is completed,
Oh my.
it will only go up and up and up.
Yeah. Well. Okay then, I guess if that's it, then we are wrapping up for today, but we'll see you again next week as Stellaris Dev Clash, the search for Steve, continues.
Stay united with UNG.
You're not even united with yourself anymore.
No, like...